What's up, everybody? Anyway, I'm gonna speak about something that's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's my own thinking or whatever, but anyway, I'm gonna say it, and it might offend you or might offend a lot of people. I don't care. United States is not what it used to be. There's a lot of things going on that a lot of people don't like, and then you ask, this is, what can you do to survive, change it, or what are you gonna do to change your part, or do your part to change it? I'm gonna do what I can do. But there's way too many homeless, there's way too much drugs, there's way too much crime, there's way too many people, there's way too many kids. There's problems. And I ain't saying way too many kids, way too many kids, as in other words, they're in foster care. They get out of foster care or whatever, they get out of, being in an orphanage or whatever, and they put it in the real world and they have no skills. There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of kids that's grown up in poverty. There's a lot of kids that from single parents and stuff like that. There's a lot of kids as, how you want to put it, it's a tragedy. And the way I look at it is, United States government is probably not going to do much. If they do anything, it'd be whatever, it'd be a miracle. There's a lot of things that can do, but they're not going to do. A lot of things we can probably do that we need to do. And one thing we probably need to do is help better educate these kids, better educate some of these people. Try to do something about these drugs coming in. And I'm going to say this, and people will get mad about the wall or whatever. It says the only thing a wall is to kind of have an idea who's supposed to kind of slow down, or more or less who's coming in here. Drugs are not going to probably stop all the drugs. I mean, it is what it is. But you can limit or slow it down a little bit. These kids out there, we need to kind of look after them. Because you got a lot of poor kids. You got a lot of kids that's coming in, getting out of the orphanage. And when I say kids, I do mean people that's 18 years old. Because they're kids, in my opinion. They're youngins. And being a father and all that, he's just kind of, and I've been watching some of these episodes where he's talking about these kids getting out of foster care and kind of being thrown out there, and kids that's coming out of poverty. Kids growing up in areas that it seems like they have no choice, but we can't help them out with that. Schools is not really teaching children or even adults how to manage accounts, how to manage their lives. For example, these kids, you're going to teach kids how to do algebra, but they can't manage how to balance in the checkbook, how to balance an account. Can't do stuff on basic life schedules. They're telling them they need to go to college and all that and do all this and get in debt. You don't need to go to college and get in debt. 1 + 1 is 2, people. Not 1 + 1 is algebra. You took religion out of schools. You need to put religion back. You need to put more morals in school. I think if they start putting religion back in school, things will change. Because a lot of times religion talk morals, talk how to do stuff, and be honest with you, I don't think it costs the government a thing. Because I think a lot of churches out there would actually probably spend the money to teach them about religion, and whatever. They can make their own choices or whatever, kids or whatever. People says, well, that's not right. He says, well, I says, you took religion out of school, and I said, let me see how the best way to put it. You took the Bibles out of school, or religion out of, or God out of school, and you put Bibles in prison. Do the math. Why don't you just cut it off and beat it before it gets that far down the line, and put Bibles back in school, put religion back in school, and help the kids out. Go ahead and start teaching these kids 1 + 1 is 2, how to manage a checkbook, how to start a business, how to run a business, how to watch out for debt, how not to get in too much debt, and not be telling them they need to go to college and get a philosophy of some degree they can't use. A lot of schools, you need to go back to the trades. A lot of these trades like electrician, plumber, carpenter, computers now. I mean, we need to teach these how to do computer graphics. I mean, there's too much stuff going on that we can help out these kids and help out, even to help the parents out. Maybe we need to teach some courses where the parents can go to learn how to manage a checkbook, balance or whatever. I mean, maybe they go to a church and learn it, or go to a civics community center somehow where they can give them ideas of how to do it, and do it at nights that way, or do it early in the morning, have it 2 times a day, and have it during the week and during the weekend. That way the parents can kind of go and learn something. I mean, too many people are going to live in paycheck to paycheck. And the old saying, and work hard is not going to get you through life no more. You got to work smart now. You got to work hard being smart. Because you got these houses, buying a house now, used to buying a house now is about $200,000, $200-some thousand, depends on where you're located and all that to start off with. You got to come down, be able to put 20% down. 20% down of $100,000 is $20,000 times 2. That's $40,000. They got to come up with. Even if they make $50,000, that's a lot of money. They still got to pay their bills. They still got to do whatever. But how are they going to do that? They got to save that kind of money. Houses jump way up in the profit. I mean, profit and expensibility or cost, or what you want to call it. Jobs have not. Jobs have pretty much increased very slowly by income. So what I'm getting at is we got to teach the adults, the kids, better than what we've done before, because the thing is, these kids are going to come out and they're going to fall behind. They're already falling behind. I mean, you just saying. And like I said, we need to put more programs in these schools that will teach these kids how, when they come out, how to balance, how to do whatever, even if it's social media stuff, how to do something with that to make themselves some money extra on the side. I mean, I'm just saying, we need to teach these kids something better than what we're teaching them, because right now, these kids are failing majorly. I mean, and that's like I said, I'm a father, so I'm just, it's kind of disheartening. And when you see some of these kids come out and you kind of like, they don't know nothing about investing, nothing about savings, nothing about interest rates, and nothing about accounts, nothing about how to balance a checkbook, not balance their accounts. They don't understand about, you got to plan for this because of this happens. Save for a rainy day. They don't know nothing about that. And then, they don't know, and we're not teaching them. I mean, school's not teaching them, we're not teaching them. And I don't even blame the parents as much as, because the parents don't know. So you can't really blame the parents if they don't know. So my thinking is, we probably need to get some civic centers, some community centers, maybe do some churches that teach these adults and kids how to balance stuff, how to do a savings account, how to plan for a rainy day, expense account, and do all this stuff. And what else? All the emergency account. Emergency. Y'all gotta excuse my language or my speaking, but emergency account. We gotta teach these kids how to do that too. And yeah, we got to kind of, and probably put it out there. I mean, you put it on social media, free class or something, because the politicians are not going to do it. You might as well hang it up. They ain't going to do nothing, and they pretty much ain't going to help nobody, politicians. So we're going to have to do it, I guess, and maybe help these kids out. So that's my thinking. If you like this, that's fine. If you don't like it, it's fine. If you have any ideas or anything you can think of how to do something better, let me know. Or just don't you gotta let me know. Put it out there. Put it on social media, put it on this Facebook account or whatever. But something's gotta change, and that's my opinion. We need to put religion back in schools. more is back in schools. Teaching 1 + 1 is 2. Have more classes that will do financial aid, not financial aid, but financial education to these kids. Teach them about skills, as in other words, computers, electrical, carpentry, heating and air, all this stuff. I mean, just that way they can learn something, and when they get out there, they have some kind of skill, because not everybody's going to be a doctor, not everybody's going to be a lawyer, not everybody's going to be a scientist, a physicist. But you can teach these kids enough stuff that when they get out, they can learn how to do something and do it for themselves and be their own. And that way, if they try to start their own business, they will have the financial education and know how to do it and how to balance this stuff out, because these kids don't know. I mean, you don't know about getting a loan and interest rates and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my opinion. Like, subscribe if you mind. If you got any ideas, just post it up here.